welcome to After the Mix. I am Angela Sharp, and I'm very excited about my guest today. I know you probably listen to the radio in the morning. 105.7, The Rizzuto Show is very popular. This right here is Jeff Burton from That Morning Show.
Hello, ma'am.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Now, I got to ask, how long do you guys take to prepare that? Your morning show is crazy, and that's why people love it. How long do you take to prepare that?
You know, I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people think that you're there from 6 to 10 in the morning or whatever time your shift is on. But it's a heck of a lot more than that. We go on at 6 a.m. but myself and Patrico and Moon, I'll get there about 4 o'clock. And Riz is there a little bit earlier than us. So it's a couple hours of prep even before the show.
Even before you guys start. So it's kind of like a planned chaos, if you will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely is. I mean, what we try to create is a conversation that you're just eavesdropping on, and then you can participate through texting and calling and whatnot. But we just try to make it sound like four dudes just having a conversation.
And it pretty much is four dudes pretty much having a conversation. And we can't really get into your segment titles, but some of those are a little anti-women, but women love your show.
Oh yeah, we have a segment on the show where I think it's on Wednesdays where we talk about, you know, we love you women, but sometimes you do things that are a little off the wall or a little, you know, think twice before you speak kind of stuff. And we ask, you know, girls to even call in or text in and tell us their stories, and they do. And we just laugh. And then later on in the show, we do the same thing to guys, so it's equal opportunity.
Yeah, it's equal kind of taking off each other there.
Absolutely.
Now, you guys have a kind of a whole, like, fraternity brother thing going on in there. Mm-hmm. Women still love you.
Oh,
How have you been so successful with that?
I think it's, to be honest with you, Angela, I try to be the guy that would never say this, but I've been in the business for a very long time, and I've had successes and I've had not successes, and I've never been around guys that have worked as hard as the guys that I'm on the show with right now. And it takes hard work to make it sound like it's just a conversation.
Right.
I mean, it is a conversation, but basically if you hear the stories that we talk about on a daily basis, we find those stories and we rewrite them in a very conversation manner, you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. To make
Sounds
it
like you and I are just talking.
Make it more fun for everybody to listen to.
Exactly.
Like you mentioned, you've been in radio for a very long time. Mm-hmm. You were on The Point, then you took a little break, then you came back. How long have you been in radio?
Since 1986.
Wow, we just dated Jeff there. He probably hates me for that right there.
Yeah, can we get this done? I gotta go to bed.
Sorry about that. Now you got Point Fest coming up.
Yeah.
People love Point Fest. What can you tell me a little bit inside scoop
I tell you,
here?
it's really cool because Point Fest started the first or second year of the Point way back in the day. The Point's been on since 1993. And it's just grown to a bigger and bigger festival every single year. And now it's that thing in the summer that people who listen to our kind of music look forward to, and it's a sign that summer is here. So it's May 23rd. It is sold out, but we are still giving tickets away, obviously. May 23rd at the amphitheater out there, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Thank you. And Breaking Benjamin, which is a big time favorite here in St. Louis, has gotten back together. Ben from the band has all new band members, and as soon as we told everybody that Breaking Benjamin was going to be there, I mean, it sold out within a matter of days. Yeah.
It sells out usually, though.
Yeah,
it usually sells out.
It either sells out or is very close, and then the day of walk-up ticket sales normally sell it out. Yeah.
Makes it kind of crazy like that. And I know you are a huge blues fan.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about some of the people you saw recently.
It was really cool. Actually, we have Kevin Shattenkirk, number 22 in the jersey, number 1 in your heart, on the show every...
You can use that for everybody. I love Kevin, don't get me wrong, but I don't think you use that for everybody.
No, I think so. Yeah, it's a thing. So he's on the show with us every Wednesday, but we had a really cool Riz Show day out on Saturday evening. And
first, let me mention that you guys were all at the St. Louis Blues game earlier that day.
That's how it started. It started at the Blues game. We were in the second row from the glass, and you and Louie came down and saw us and sprayed Moon with all the silly string. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. And then we went to the St. Louis FC soccer game at Soccer Park. That started, I think, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever. And we're sitting there, and St. Louis native and blues player Chris Butler was there. So I said hello to him, and as I'm saying hey to him, I see next to him is Alexander Steen, and I'm starting to flip out. Then I see Paul Stasny, and I start flipping out even more. And then Tarasenko's right next to him.
And then you just passed out.
Yeah. So at halftime, they went inside to this VIP area, and the St. Louis FC was kind enough to hook us up pretty well. So we went in there and started a conversation with him and had a picture taken with him. It was so cool. It was so cool. Being in radio for 30 years almost and meeting all of these amazing people, whether it's in music or politics or sports or whatever, meeting those 4 Blues players was really cool.
Was really,
for all 4 of us.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was
I was
pretty
going to ask you, who is the most interesting person or the best interview you can remember doing?
Oh man, it really depends. God, that's so subjective. But Bob Costas was a big one for me, being a big sports fan. But one of the most embarrassing was George Carlin.
Well, how was this embarrassing?
Well, I'm a big fan of George Carlin. Always a big fan. My dad taught me to appreciate George Carlin, and I had him on in the old morning show with Jeff, Trish, and Tom, and he called in to talk about his box set coming out or whatever, and I told him off the air how big of a fan I was. I've been listening to you forever, blah blah blah. And at the end of the interview, I was so worked up that I said, "Thanks for being on the program, George Carlton, everybody." And he said, "Get rid of the T and you're right," and he hung up, and that was the last words I ever got to chant.
Oh no,
yeah.
he was done then.
I told him how big of a fan I was, and then I screwed up.
And then you were nervous.
Right, I was. It was crazy.
I'm so happy we had Jeff on, and I think we could talk all day long.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to listen to him. It's the Rizzuto Show. It's Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. You can check them out on 105.7 The Point. Of course, you've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram too, right?
Yeah, it's Riz Show at all of those social medias. Yeah,
Yeah,
just look up Riz Show.
Just look up for the Riz Show.
RIZZ Show, yeah.
Find him out, and you need to listen to some of his segments. We really couldn't talk a lot about them, but they're a lot of fun and a lot of crazy. And I want you guys to stay right here because we talked about our Blues love. I've got 2 members of the St. Louis Blues Blue Crew coming in here. They're going to tell you all about how they entertain fans in between stoppage of play. Stay right here on After the Mix. To After the Mix. I know I have Cardinals colors on, but everybody knows I bleed blue. And joining me right now are 2 members of the St. Louis Blues Blue Crew. Those are the guys and gals that, you know, keep you guys entertained at hockey games. They also clean the ice during stoppages of play.
We do.
I've got Brandon and Hannah with me. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are here. All right, Brandon, you know, the reason we had you guys come on here is a lot of people want to know what exactly it is you guys do when you're cleaning the ice. So can you tell people a little bit about what it is you're doing out there?
Yeah, so what we do is we go out about 3 times a period after the 14-minute mark, 10-minute mark, and the 6-minute mark. We have 10 skaters out there. We have 2 people on buckets cleaning the creases, and the 4 people on either side going lengthwise, taking the ice back and forth, and then we bring it to the gate and dump it all off in about 1.5 minutes. So we try to get it done pretty quick.
So you have to be really quick skaters in order to get this done really quick. Got some photos there of some of the other members cleaning. There's the bucket. And the players, like on that photo, get really close to you. Have you ever like had a conversation with one while they're out there on the ice?
Yeah, I actually have. Just a couple games ago, I picked up a Petrangelo glove and gave it to him, but not too many conversations out there. I actually skate. My job, I skate along the player bench, and sometimes I got to dodge spit coming off the bench. So that's about as close as I get to the players.
That's kind of, it's a little bit dangerous right there.
It is.
You're dodging some spit. Now, not only do you guys clean the ice, but there's also times where you help the wonderful host of the St. Louis Blues, right? We do. Giving out lottery tickets and doing intermission games. One of the fan favorites is human bowling. Tell people about human bowling.
We actually did that one the other night. We do is we pick 4 contestants to be part of the game, and we set up this big slingshot. We attach one end to the penalty box and the other one to the player's bench, and just kind of let it start from center ice, bring it all the way back, put somebody right in front of the slingshot and let it go, and to just go all the way down the ice and try to knock over as many pins as they can.
As many bowling pins as they can.
Yeah.
And are people usually pretty happy when they get selected for a game like this?
They are. Yeah, everyone's pretty excited about it. They don't really know what they're getting themselves into with human bowling, but afterwards they're always glad that they've done it and they have a great time.
Okay, so now this is your first year.
It is my first, yeah.
I mean, are you planning on coming back?
Absolutely, yeah. I've had a great time this year. It's given me a lot of opportunities. You know, I've always been a huge hockey fan. I've played the sport for most of my life. So to get the opportunity to, you know, work for an NHL team, skate on NHL ice, be close to the professionals and interact with the Blues fans has been a dream come true. I'm really grateful for it.
Oh, that's awesome. Very good to hear. Now, the Blues are coming into their playoffs.
They are.
Starting playoffs. Tell people about playoffs and how much fun they are.
It's a lot of fun. Playoff hockey is the best time of the year, just in case anybody didn't know that. But yeah, so they have a game coming up on Thursday at 8:30 a game on Saturday at 2.
And those are both at home.
Those are both home games. And then for the away games, we actually will be having watch parties at different places around St. Louis. One of those will be Ballpark Village, so stay tuned to the Blue Crew. You can actually like us on Facebook and also follow us on Twitter or at STL Blue Crew, and you can get all that information there.
Yeah, and also, like throughout the games, you guys usually either tweet, well, you're busy working, but someone for you either tweets a photo and like keeps fans. You kind of get to see like the behind the scenes of what the Blue Crew is doing.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of cameras back there every once in a while, taking different pictures, so you kind of get the behind the scenes view of what we're doing. And
we're not limited to hockey season. Parade, we do a lot of parade work too, right?
It's true. Yeah.
4th of July parade, we were in that with the big Zamboni, and Louis, of course, is on there. What is it like working with a blue bear?
It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's you kind of have to babysit him sometimes. He's not always on his best behavior, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
And they're right there's the Zamboni. You can see those in a lot of parades where just in the St. Patrick's Day parade and 4th of July parade. Now, at these home games, we want to pump people up. So there's a rally outside the Scott Trader Center about 2.5 hours before the game starts. We have a rally. These guys will be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Look for us.
Blue Crew will be there. I'll be there. They've got alumni players come out. They chat. You've not worked here before. Hannah's worked here before. Playoff hockey is insane. If you guys went to the Chicago game and thought it was crazy and loud, this is off the charts loud and nuts. And people are very, very excited about this year in particular. Now, I'm showing a photo, what appears to be all women. How many men are on this Blue Crew?
We have 6 of us, actually.
6 guys.
Yeah.
And what, like 20 girls?
20 girls, yeah. Not a bad job for me, I guess.
6 guys and 20 girls. Right. What is it like with working with 20, and I gotta say, very attractive girls? I mean, you got Hannah right next to you, and all the photos I've shown are pretty attractive women. Yeah. What is it like working with pretty attractive women?
Great.
It's great.
I really can't complain. Yeah, it's not a bad gig for me. A little overwhelming at first, maybe, but everyone we work with is great. I've made a lot of good friends, and yeah, it's just great working with everyone.
Now, if somebody is watching at home and maybe wants to be a part of the Blue Crew, there are 2 sections of Blue Crew. You can be a skate, or you don't have to be a skater.
That's true.
Right? You can do either one. Obviously, if you can skate that much prefer that. So tell people about that process.
Right, so we actually do have 9 people working in the stands and 10 people working ice per game. We do have some people on the crew that can do both, so it just depends on the shift for that night. But yeah, we have both a crew for the games and different things in the stands, and then for the ice as well.
Right, and if you guys want to try out for that, you absolutely can. Just check out, the St. Louis Blues and the St. Louis Blue Crews Facebook and Twitter, and they will let you know when auditions are coming on. I'm so glad I had you guys here. Can I get a Let's Go Blues?
You can.
In 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Blues.
Woohoo! Like I said, make sure you follow the St. Louis Blue Crew. They are on Facebook, they're on Twitter, and also, of course, you can go to stlblues.com for information about the St. Louis Blues and their playoff series, which again is happening and starting on Thursday at Pepperelli outside beforehand. You don't want to miss it. Come hang out with us. And that is going to do it right here for After the Mix. Don't forget to tune in weeknights at 8 p.m. for the Daily Mix, and of course followed by the After Mix right here on STL TV. I will see you next Monday.